Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 2 here on Greengrass Isle for the holiday event, and we're going to start off with something we desperately need now after yesterday, a Dream Cluster S. And 23,000 sneaky snacking to start off with as well. Very good. You can see that I did swap out the Riolu for Blastoise, running short on ingredients because we used that good camp set, and Riolu's trigger or ability did trigger twice. But I just didn't feel like it was really worth it, even with the event going on. It was only 500 dream shards each time, so not that well, not worth it, in my opinion. So I swapped out for Blastoise to try to get some extra ingredients in so that when we do cook meals, we have plenty of ingredients. And we are going to start off with Ultra 1. I was able to get to Great 5 last night. I was trying to get Ultra 1, but it just wasn't happening. I was about 10,000 off, and that is the wrong button. I did not mean to press. I was about 10,000 away from Ultra 1, so wasn't able to get there last night before bed, but we're there now, almost to Ultra 2. But we are going to grab 100 sleep points, which puts us at 17,747, and that's our sleep point count is lower than yesterday because I was trying to get us to Ultra 1 and use some sleep points on some ingredient tickets, and it just didn't work out in the way that I wanted. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting on our first night of the holiday event. I did use an incense, but I think it was the Santa Hat Pikachu incense that I used just to make sure we get at least one today. We got definitely a snoozing sleep, so that ought to be interesting. Come on, there we go. Sometimes the game just doesn't want to pick up your presses. So we should, yeah, 5 million, not quite 10. We got 6.9 million, not bad, almost 7. Pretty good for our first sleep research of the week. So we should, there's the Santa Hat Pikachu. There's another Santa Hat. Ooh, we got 2 of them, even better. 8 Pokemon today, which is I think the most I've ever seen on a Tuesday, and only 4 of them sleep styles that we already had. So we got 2 Cyndaquil, Wobbuffet, and an Ekans, which I do need a good Cyndaquil, so this is going to be interesting today. Go ahead and grab the 1-star sleep style first. Curled up sleep for Holiday Pikachu. And there are only 2, so we got them both already off the bat. Holiday event is over. We're done. We don't need anything else. Ooh, I saw that out of the corner of my eye. Saw something very nice out of the corner of my eye. So there we go. Got us a Snover. Even better. I see we got another Pikachu there too. It grows berries with the texture of frozen treats around its belly when spring approaches. Even if other Pokemon sneak up to eat berries while it sleeps, Snover doesn't seem to notice. And we got the 2-star sleep on top of that. And then this is the last one we need. We got quite a bit. There should be a couple that are hungry for sure today. I'm hoping that Snover is hungry. Yeah, there's a hungry one. There's a hungry one. Hungry Cyndaquil is good too. Unfortunately, today, I am not really worried about Cyndaquil. 7 pips to take home the Pikachu? That's kind of weird. Alright, well. How do I want to play this? I think first things first, I want to give the bonus biscuit to Snover. I'm pretty sure we're going to see more Pikachu through the end of the week. And we got a big hit, even better. So Snover's going home with us. So that makes this even easier. And then we'll give the Pikachu a Poke Biscuit. And then I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't think I'm going to give it anything else. I am, however, going to give this Cyndaquil a biscuit. And then I think we're just going to leave it there for now. We do need a better Cyndaquil, but we don't need a better Cyndaquil right now. So we got time to wait on Cyndaquil to come back and be hungry. None of the other Pikachus were hungry, so can't feed them anything. Yeah, I think we're actually in a really good spot. This is a very, very good first day. Wobbuffet, I'm not really worried about. It does have a decent main skill, but it's not the best Pokemon you can get with its main skill, so I'm not super worried about it. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up there, and that will be all she wrote for this one. We at least got the Snover home, so we're definitely gonna send out that candy. Come on, there we go. Definitely gonna send out the Snover candy. Hopefully this is a decent one, but we did get 482 research XP, getting very close to rank 40, and 2,206 dream shards. I do have some luck incense I was thinking about using yesterday, but I decided not to. I think I'm going to save it for later on this week. Let's go ahead and switch over to the calculator and figure out, where is Snover? There you are. We got level 10 and timid. Not too bad. It is an ingredient specialist, which is kind of what I was thinking. And we got tomato double egg. Not bad. That's not bad. That frequency is pretty bad. An hour and 40 minutes and 49 seconds. Yikes. We got skill trigger S, which it's a charge strength S for its main skill. So that's pretty good. It's not the worst. Not what I like necessarily for an ingredient specialist, but not terrible. Certainly pretty solid. Inventory up S, and then ingredient finder S. Sleep XP bonus, which is okay, not the worst, not the best, and helping speed S. So if this is going to be any good, it's definitely going to need some subskill seeds. Timid nature is pretty bad though. That's pretty bad. Let's go ahead and set it up on ingredient count and see how this turns out. Yeah, not good. That nature is unfortunately killing the potential of this Snover. It had the potential to be pretty decent, and nature just did not work out. But we are going to go ahead and throw it in the box for now. It's the only one we have, level 10. Let's go ahead and save that. And we will just go ahead and move on. And hopefully we see another one this week that is also hungry and has some better skills and, well, really a better nature, let's be honest. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on, and we are gonna go ahead and check for the news. No new news. But what have you guys been up to? Let's see. 43 reports? 46. There we go. You guys are stepping up. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, I lost count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 that doubled out of 46. That is, again, just over 25%. So it's getting to be a pretty high percentage. I think now my own personal percentage is probably around 17 or 18% that I've seen, but there is 1 level up, 2 level ups, and we got an ingredient ticket, which I desperately need, and some handy candies. Also not bad. All right, so let's go ahead and collect from our ingredient gatherers. Now's your chance, Slowbro. Come on, take care of me. I see a bunch of tails. Somebody, I always forgot who it is based on the name, but we did get a few tails. Not too bad for overnight, and that's what I really need, is that ingredient skill right there to trigger. So we got ingredient magnet, we got tons of ingredients. I didn't see if there were any tails in there, but now that we have tails unlocked, it is possible to show up in the ingredient magnet, which is fantastic. And big shout out to you guys in the comments telling me to evolve that war turtle into Blastoise. That has been one of the best decisions that I have made for my teams. That Blastoise has been an MVP ever since we got him out on there. So thank you for that. Good job, everybody. Now let's go ahead and carry on. We're not going to collect. Well, no, I will check to see if Dodrio had a main skill trigger, because I accidentally collected berries from him yesterday, but no skill trigger. So we'll go ahead and repack up all that stuff and keep Dodrio with a full inventory. I am checking Celio because he does also have ingredient magnet, so I want to try to get that to proc as much as possible. But let's go ahead and jump into breakfast, and today is the day. We have enough ingredients for what we want. We have exactly enough to make, or not exactly enough, but we do have enough to make 2 batches of this. Let's go ahead and set the preview, and let's see if I can remember the recipe off the top of my head. I think this is it. And then 10 of these, and that should, question mark, there we go. And we're going to fill out as many mushrooms and cocoa as possible, which is another reason I wanted Blastoise on the team, was for the high excuse me, the high score ingredient cocoa, and also making sure we have plenty of milk. Let's go ahead and get this going, and we should have a pretty good breakfast today. Yep, there it is. 167 on the mushrooms, 151 on the cocoa. Between Gengar and Blastoise being on the team, we should be able to make some really good dishes this week. 18,641 just on the first go. That's what I'm talking about. So that'll put us around level 10-ish, maybe? Almost, about 9.5. Not too bad for the first time. I was hoping for an extra tasty. Does not seem, someone in the comments was saying they get extra tasty every time they make a tail ingredient. No extra tasty here, so it doesn't seem to be guaranteed at the very least. But I will take 18,000 to start the morning off. That is fantastic. That should put us at Ultra 3. We're just about halfway to Ultra 3 now. Let's see how far we get. About 2/3 of the way to Ultra 4, it looked like. Ultra 3. Come on. Game is running a little slow today. So yeah, about 2/3 of the way, almost 3/4 of the way to Ultra 4, which is very, very good. Very good. And then before I forget again, because I almost did, thankfully that little red dot is there to remind me of our daily gift. Ingredient tickets would be nice. Handy candy I will also take. So not too bad. Actually, today has been a very, very good day. Another sneaky snacking that didn't trigger earlier. But yeah, so far today has been very good. We got several Pikachus. We're set up for the future to take one of the holiday Pikachus home with us. We got the Snover, granted not a very good one, but we got it. Now all we need is that Delibird, and I think that'll be the holiday event pretty much complete. Let's go ahead and collect our rewards from the weekly missions and get our 20. It's just Pikachu candy, right? Yeah, our 20 Pikachu candies. We're almost to Master 1 already. I think that's the goal. I'm going to try to get us to Master 1 before I go to sleep tonight. I think starting off Wednesday already in Master ranks would be very beneficial for this holiday event. Still quite a ways away from getting the free Poke Biscuits, which I'm kind of getting to a point that I desperately need Poke Biscuits. And we're not going to get any from the regular missions, which makes sense. and then I will find somewhere to use some candies to get those free diamonds. And speaking of free diamonds, let's go ahead and collect our free diamonds before we head on out. Dishes. There we go. 20 free diamonds. I will take it. All right, so like I said, a very solid start to the event. I am happy with how things are going so far. Let me know in the comments how it's going for you, how your research went today. I'm very curious how many Pikachus you saw, and if anybody has found the Delibird, because I'm kind of thinking the Delibird is going to be the rare one that a lot of people are going to have trouble finding. But yeah, let me know what you found in the comments below. And that's all I've got for today. So I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes.